Good morning, brothers and sisters. Today is Monday, September the 27th, and it is 12:28 noon time. I am going to read Proverbs 3 to you this morning. It's not too long. It only has 35 verses. Well, it's kind of long, but we're going to read the entire thing. It's titled Further Benefits of Wisdom. Further Benefits of Wisdom. Okay. Then I might share a few words with you today that I think are quite interesting, and it kind of reflects what's going on with our world today. Let's begin. My son, do not forget my teachings, but keep my commands in your heart, for they will prolong your life many years and bring you prosperity. Let love and faithfulness never leave you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablets of your heart. Then you will win favor and a good name in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your plans straight, your path straight. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and shun evil. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and shun evil. This will bring health to your body and nourishment to your bones. Honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. Then your barns will be full to overflow, and your vats will brim over with new wine. My son, do not despise the Lord's discipline, and do not resent his rebuke, because the Lord disciplines those he loves. As a father, the son he delights in. Blessed is the man who finds wisdom, the man who gains understanding, for he is more profitable than silver and yields better returns than gold. Amen. She is more precious than rubies. Nothing you desire can compare with her. Long life is in her right hand. In her left hand are riches and honor. Her ways are pleasant ways, and all her paths are peace. She is the tree of life to those who embrace her. Those who lay hold of her will be blessed. By wisdom the Lord laid the earth's foundations. By understanding he sets the heavens in place. Amen. By his knowledge the deeps were divided, and the clouds let drop the dew. My son, preserve sound judgment and discretion. Do not let them out of your sight. My son, preserve what? Judgment and discretion. Do not let them out of your sight. They will be life for you, an ornament to grace your neck. Then you will go on your way in safety, and your foot will not stumble. When you lie down, you will not be afraid. When you lie down, your sleep will be sweet. Have no fear of sudden disaster or of the ruin that overtakes the wicked. For the Lord will be your confidence and will keep your foot from being snared. Do not withhold good from those who deserve it when it is in your power to act. Do not withhold good from those who deserve it when it is in your power to act. Do not say to your neighbor, come back later, I'll give tomorrow, when you now have it with you. Do not plot harm against your neighbor who lives trustfully near you. Do not accuse a man of for no reason, when he has done you no harm. Do not plot harm against your neighbor who lives trustfully near you. Do not accuse a man for no reason when he has done you no harm. Do not envy a violent man or choose any of his ways, for the Lord detests a perverse man, but takes the upright into his confidence. Amen. Do not envy a violent man or choose any of his ways, for the Lord detests a perverse man, but takes the upright into his confidence. The Lord curse is on the house of the wicked, but he blesses the house of the righteous. Amen. The Lord's curse is on the house of the wicked, but he blesses the home of the righteous. He mocks proud mockers, but gives grace to the humble. Amen. He mocks proud mockers, but gives grace to the humble. That's one thing about humility. Some things can cause you to lose your humility. And one of the things I've noticed that some people, not many, some people lose their humility with education. Why that happens, I have no idea. Normally you go to college and you go there for the education. You don't go there to leave the good parts of you behind. And many times you see young folks go into the college dorm with humility, and they come out educated but arrogant. It is good to see a young man or a young woman walk into that dorm and 4 years later come out with their degree and still have their humility intact. And that's the way it should be. He mocks proud mockers, but gives grace to the humble. The wise inherit honor, but fools he holds up to shame. The wise inherit honor, but fools he holds up to shame. And that is all 35 verses of Proverbs 3. I have some words I wanted to share with you. Anarchy. What is anarchy? It's a state of disorder, lawlessness, disobedience, rioting, violence. A state of disorder due to absence or non-recognition of authority. It's an attack towards the authority of the land. Anarchy. Similar words that would describe this word. Lawlessness, revolution, insurrection, riot, rebellion, disorder, turmoil, mayhem, chaos. All of these words describe what anarchy is. Absence of government and absolute freedom of the individual, regarded as in a society being freely constituted without authorities or governing body. It may also refer to a society or group of people that entirely rejects a set heresy, first used in English in 1539, meaning an absence of government. This is what's going on today. Defunding the police is part of this particular new world order. Okay? What does the Bible say about such a word, anarchy? In Exodus it says, let's go to Exodus 32:1. The golden calf. When the people saw that Moses was so long in coming down from the mountain, they gathered around Aaron and said, "Come, make us gods who will go before us. As for this fellow Moses who brought us up out of Egypt, we don't know what has become of him." Aaron answered them. This is a weak leader here. Aaron didn't even attempt to talk the people out of it. He simply said, take off the gold earrings that your wives, your sons and daughters are wearing and bring them to me. So all the people took off their earrings and brought them to Aaron. He took what they had handed him and made it into an idol cast in the shape of a calf, fastening it with a tool. Then they said, these are your gods, O Israel, who brought you out of Egypt. When Aaron saw this, he built an altar in front of the calf and announced, tomorrow there will be a festival to the Lord. So the next day the people rose early and sacrificed burnt offerings and presented fellowship offerings. Afterwards they sat down to eat and drink and got up to indulge in rivalry. Then the Lord said to Moses, go down, because your people, he doesn't even call them his people anymore. He said your people to Moses. Then the Lord said to Moses, go down, because your people whom you brought out of Egypt have become corrupt. So anarchy is a corrupt society, a lawless society, a disrespectful society, a godless society. They have been quick to turn away from what I commanded them and have made themselves an idol cast in the shape of a calf. They have bowed down to it and sacrificed to it and have said, these are your gods, O Israel, who brought you up out of Egypt. I have seen these people, the Lord said to Moses, and they are stiff-necked. This generation is the children of these people here. And not every generation. In this generation we have many of the descendants of these children here. These particular forefathers here. But Moses sought the favor of the Lord his God. O God, he said, why should your anger burn against your people, whom you brought out of Egypt with great power and a mighty hand? Why should the Egyptians say, it was with evil intent that he brought them out, to kill them in the mountains and to wipe them off the face of the earth? Turn from your fierce anger. Relent and do not bring disaster on your people. Remember your servant Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, to whom you swore by your own self, I will make your descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky, and I will give your descendants all this land I promised them, and it will be their inheritance forever. Then the Lord relented and did not bring on his people the disaster he had threatened. Moses saw the people were running wild, and that Aaron had let them go out of control, and so became a laughing stock to their enemies. And that's where we are today. We are a laughing stock to our enemies, as well as a laughing stock to our allies. That is not a very good position to be in. Anytime, I've said this before to you, anytime you have a weak leader, a timid leader, that alone brings about hostility and violence. It is never a good thing to have a leader in which the other world leaders do not respect. That alone brings about situations that we may not even be prepared to handle. So this new world order is not a good thing at all. It's a chaotic time on earth. And like I said to you before, it would only get worse before it gets better. The only thing we can pray that nothing happens while this particular president is in power. That's the best thing we can hope for. All right. Idolatry. I will read that to you tomorrow. It will be coming from Judges 17. And it's 13 verses. I will save it for tomorrow. But in the meantime, may the peace of God be upon you. May the protection of God surround us all. And may the will of God for this earth be manifested. Thank you very much for listening to us here at Spiritual Water. And as always, I love you. But God will always love you the most. Please take care and have a beautiful day.